Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another exciting episode of The Point Walk the Walk. We talk. I am Troy Miles, and I'm here with Ed Davis and Craig Murray. Fellas, what's going on tonight?
What's happening? What's up, fellas?
Get after
going
it.
on?
Let's get after it.
Oh, you know what it is. It's just three guys having a conversation, as always. Old school views and new school news. That's what we're doing again tonight. Well, on the eve of March Madness, there's a lot of things to talk about in relation to the college game, but I'm stuck on, because it's been floating around the internet for, a few weeks now. Everyone's been debating back and forth who the projected number one pick would be. Maybe we should weigh in tonight, because watching the games, it's hard to see anyone pick before Dybantsa. That's one for me.
Mm-hmm.
But what I said a few weeks ago, I think it holds true still for me. I think that Darren Peterson is such an intriguing and talented prospect that, without all the other off-court or I guess on-court things that have been going on other than, evaluating his play, it kind of puts him in puts decision makers in a precarious position. And then thirdly, we might be looking at a hyper or souped up version of Kevin Garnett when you talk about Caleb Wilson. Who you think? What do you guys think of when you think of the first pick? Who's you guys' first pick? Is it still? I remember earlier you guys said a couple weeks ago you guys were saying Dybantsa. Is that how you still feel?
That hasn't changed with me, Craig.
No, I'm Dybantsa. Now, this is the caveat, is this right here. Mom says she wants him to go 4 years. And so now what the thought is he may not even come out this year, which is crazy because it's not, to them, it's not basketball. It's more about, and if you look at their background, this is more about educational than it is about basketball.
Yeah, because he has leverage to do that. And NIL, with his mom would not be talking any of that mess at all if there was no NIL. If they weren't already sitting on 10, 15, 20 mil, moms be saying, baby, will you promise me you're going to go back in the summertime? That's what moms would talk.
If we're talking just about basketball, AJ's still my guy. I watched Peterson play, and I actually watched him the other night. I forget who they were playing against, but I was watching him, and it was like, I was like, I'm waiting for him to be that guy and take over the way he should as a player, and he kind of wasn't that guy, And then you put together all the other stuff, and I go, man, there's just too many things that you go, I don't know, this might show up too many nights during the season. Yeah. So
too many question marks, huh? Too many question marks, Craig?
And with AJ, you never ever say that when you watch him play. You go, oh, ready to go, bro. It don't matter who he's playing against. He's playing the same way every night. And I just think he's that guy.
And his rawness is intriguing. He still has a rawness about him.
Yeah.
Like I said, Craig, you still can see he has more upside. He got a lot of upside, especially if he'll be a better pro than he is college player, considering the people he's going to be playing with, right? So as soon as he gets the understanding of the game and where he can attack, how he can attack, because it's going to be different in the league because he's going to run into to some people who are just as athletic as him or even more athletic than him. So he's going to have to get you in a different way. You see what I'm saying? I think the jump shot's going to get better, but all the tools being able to handle the ball, get where he wants to on the court, finishing around the rim. No, man. I have to take from what I've seen, I'm taking Dybantsa.
Well, I think what you said be the same. I think the same thing applies to when you say that they're going to be better in the league. I think Wilson's going to develop well in the league.
I agree.
I think he's guy in the draft is Wilson.
You think so?
Say that again, Craig. Say that again. Repeat that.
I think the most intriguing guy in the draft because of who he is, where he's at, and now the hard thing is he's done for the season, I think, or they're
Mhm.
trying to get back for the tournament, but he's kind of injured. The only other person I would say is the guard
Darius
from
a cuff.
yep.
Darius a cuff. Thank
Saw.
you.
He's nice.
It-
Yeah,
it-
he's nice.
A cuff,
I, I,
man.
I like him.
Now the funny thing is everybody's been asking Calipari, is that the best guard you've ever coached?
And he says that. He's supposed to say that, but he is saying that.
He's
Yeah,
saying yes.
yeah, and
Come on, man.
that's a lofty deal when you had
That's what he
Come on,
said.
man.
Derrick Rose program,
That's what he
you
said.
Okay.
know.
Come on,
So,
man.
yeah, yeah. So,
I'm just telling you
but
what he said.
all being said, I believe this year's NBA draft is going to be one of the best that we've ever witnessed. I believe
It
that.
could be.
I just there's so much
I've heard that.
potential talent that will resonate at the next level that it's fun to see.
Let
Well,
me let me
a
ask you
forward
guys this. Let me
thinking,
ask you guys.
a
Go ahead,
forward.
Troy. Go ahead. Oh,
I was
okay.
just
Let
gonna
me
say.
ask
I
you
was just
this.
gonna say in the side. I was just gonna say Cooper Flagg. They said he made decisions about his status based on this draft class that's coming up, and that
Yes.
he
Yes.
really moved himself ahead because he really thought that he would have a better opportunity in last year's draft in terms of status than dealing with this crew.
He
Right.
made, he made a he
Right.
made a
Yeah.
business decision.
Oh
There you
yeah.
go.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
Well,
I remember I was saying.
first. Yeah. Go ahead.
No, I was just saying
Yeah.
earlier that speaking of Cooper Flag, when you talk about AJ Dybantsa, I think Dybantsa can come in and give a team the same stuff that Cooper Flag is giving him right now. That's how what I see as far as the things he can do on the court. You know, if he gets in the right system, like I said, we can project, how the players are going to play, but where they go is very important as well. The system they get involved in. Like I said, I can see Dybantsa. If Dybantsa goes to the Pelicans, I think they take the Pelicans to another level. If he goes to
Yeah,
Utah, same thing.
yeah.
If I'm any team going 1, 2, 3, or 4, which means I didn't make the playoffs, I'm taking the best talented player I can. I don't care who I got on my team, just do it, and I'm gonna make it work. I'll try to make it work, and we'll go
Yeah.
from there.
AJ is this right here, and I always talk about this. I like that he plays on both sides of the ball.
Absolutely, yes,
Plays
sir.
on both sides of the ball, man. And we're starting to see how important that is because as you start talking about, I'm trying to put together a championship contender. Well, can you play on both sides of the ball? We can't
Yes.
just win a championship on one side of the ball.
I think you have to evaluate probability in that regard because a lot of kids just aren't held to that standard to play the kind of defense that you want them to. And then when they get to the next level, it becomes imperative because that may be the only thing that separates them from the next guy that wants those minutes. So you have to be
Hmm.
firing on all cylinders, when it comes to that.
No, totally. Yeah,
Let me
no,
ask you. Let me ask you guys this: out of all these prospects coming in, which one, two, or maybe three, who you have the most questions about?
Well, I mean, I'll say this, and this gets back to what you were saying about doing the comparison,
Uh huh.
and that you thought that he would have the opportunity that Cooper Flagg has because Cooper Flagg, in my opinion, he's Dallas's number one. Well,
Absolutely.
when I think about Darren Peterson, you can compare and contrast Con Canepo. Imagine being an environment where you can just plug Peterson in and take advantage of his marksmanship, where you're not putting a heavy burden because Canepa, we would say, is a three, right? He's a three. I think Lamelo has the rock, and Brandon Miller is their number one, is their first option, and so and then you would say Lamelo's 1A or 1B, so that makes Canepa a third option.
yeah. I look at Peterson and there's too many nights I walk away and I go, there's so much more he can give. And that's the hard thing. And it's not. And I look at it. You know what? He kind of reminds me a little bit of Scotty Barnes, but he's not as defensively minded as Scotty Barnes. Scotty Barnes,
Mm-hmm.
but they're kind of the same. You know, the length, the shooting, the ability to do the things that they can take over games. You know, they can do that. And so it's just hard with Peterson just because of the other things that have. I go, those are things like if it would have happened one night where okay, man, he had cramps, he couldn't finish the game, boom. But how many nights has it been that you're going, hold on, man, this is big time, man. We need you right now, bro. What are you doing? You know, and you're like, oh, okay, well if that happens in a 30-game season, what is it going to be like an 80-game season?
You never know what the motives are.
I'm putting a GM hat on, man. When I think about Peterson, man, I put a GM hat on. And like I was at the question I asked you guys, he's one of the ones that makes me nervous, considering how high I would have to draft him. And like I spoke to you earlier today, Troy. When you think about it, he's about 6'5", 6'6". He's going to be going against Ant. He's going to be going against Shea. He's going to be going against the top of the top. Think about those guards. Is that to me when you talk about Dybantsa, Cade Willis, Boozer, you know, and you mix Peterson in there, I can find another Peterson somewhere a year down the line, or pick him up somewhere else. You're not going to find an AJ Dybantsa just right out the blue when he's going to bring you immediately right away.
No.
I could be wrong. We could be wrong about all these cats we talking about. But what I see from Dybantsa, I've had a. Go ahead.
No, I was going to say 6'9" versus 6'5" with the same similar skill set.
Thank you. I mean, and I like Peterson's talent, what I've seen, but I'm like Craig, man. I have a lot of questions after the game's over. Like, okay, I see the talent, but something is missing to me, man. I don't know. Something's missing.
Could this year be a surprise? Could somebody like Kingston Fleming, who they're comparing to Derrick Rose, could he be
his game at Houston? Love his game.
Yeah,
love his game. I watched him the other night against Arizona, and I was like, no, this kid's the real deal. He's not scared of the moment. He understands who he is. No. He's ready to go all the time. This right here. Out of everybody that you're talking about drafting number one, he is plug and place any team that you go down the line to. He's plug and place. To me,
we talking about AJ? We talking about AJ?
Yeah. He's plug and place.
Anywhere. Anywhere.
He's plug and place.
Yes.
But you can't say it about everybody else. You can't say that. You can't say that about everybody else. Yeah. So that's the one. You know, he can go in and he can be on the lowest team in the league and he can be on the top team in the league, and he's gonna give that same energy and understanding of who he is and what he's about on each one of those teams right there. You know, so that's what I would say about him.
I think he's one of the. I think he has the opportunity to be a generational type player. I believe that.
AJ,
I do.
Depending on what team he gets, how he fits into the program. Yeah,
correct.
You know, so.
And the other thing is right here. This is the other thing. Have you ever listened to him when he's been interviewed after games? He has the right mental capacity to understand who he is as a player and what he represents and everything. That's huge. When you start talking about NBA level, to be that person and be able to understand that, that's just as valuable as what you do when you're out on the floor, man.
Yeah,
you know, he looks like a can't miss, actually. And like I said, just think if you're a general manager and you decide to go with Derek Peterson and AJ becomes who you think he's going to become.
I think
that wouldn't be a surprise to me the way I feel about general managers and management teams in all sports.
Speaking of the draft, let's go back a year and to last year's draft. We spoke about Cooper Flagg, and now those guys are rookies, and we're at the point of the season where pretty much the votes have pretty much been cast, at least in the at least in my mind. You know, I've been saying this since the very beginning, and you know, some people think that uh, there's a rookie of the year race. B.J.
Hmm.
Etchcom fell off a while back. Harper, because of his role, fell off, which is no knock on the guys. It's just that they have a certain role, and that's one of the key elements I was going to say earlier. Is about, you know, it's the system is important, but also the role that you have,
Right.
and so uh, I think, and I've always thought that Con Kneppel is the rookie of the year.
And I'll say the same thing that you're saying. I never ever look at rookie of the year until after the All-Star break
Hmm.
because you find out, like you just said, you find out all those little tidbits about his role. You know, what games are you into? Are you 30 games in and you're still feeling like, that should be the end of the season versus I still got a whole nother season to go. You look at all those things. Now, I think, like you said, to me, Cooper Flagg has done whatever he needs to do to be rookie of the year. But don't get it twisted. Conka Nipple, man, get out the front door, bro, because that he gets it done. He
He
Well,
gets
deserves
he's
it.
it done
he
every
gets
He
it
night.
done
deserves
every
it.
night,
Every night.
every night.
Every he has not fell off. Matter of fact, he's gotten better as the
Yes,
season come on.
yes.
Totally
That's the
agree.
difference.
And he's done it as a third option, which is
Yes,
remarkable. You know,
yes.
I mean,
I mean,
Cooper's
the
been in
mindset's gonna have to be that guy.
yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
Cooper's
yeah.
had the opportunity to be the number one option, so to speak. He's had the
Right.
ball. He's able to do things, and that's added pressure and that's added responsibility. But at the same time, you still have the opportunity to express yourself more than Khan. Khan is maximizing all of his opportunities.
All of them. Yes,
Con,
that's a
Con,
perfect way to put it. He's
Con,
maximizing every opportunity he needs. Yep.
to me, Khan is one of those pieces we always talk about, who's a championship piece. You put him in, and he turns you into a competitive team, which in a few years get another piece here or there. You got a championship run going. And right now they're in line to make the playoffs. For the Hornets, that's a huge jump for
Yeah.
them. When we talked about it a few weeks ago,
Hey,
now as
hey,
far as the rookie of the year
yeah.
race,
Hey,
I think politically, they're gonna give it to Cooper Flagg. But I would not be surprised, and I believe
No,
they,
they're
they
not.
should give them co.
I
They
don't
should go.
think
They should go
so.
co. They should go co rookie of the year because both of them had great
come.
years.
I don't know if they'll ever do
That'd be perfect. Give them both
it,
because
but yeah.
it'd be wrong
Hey,
to do Canepa like that if we don't give it to him.
Well, I could see
I
that.
just
I
think
could agree
politically.
that they're teammates. That would be that politically, that would be a great
Yes,
concession. I would say. I think that would be
it would be.
fantastic because here they are, former teammates, and that's
Yes,
uh, it's a victory if they name them co MVPs. I mean, co Rookie of the
yes.
Years.
Well
It's a
deserved.
victory for Kneppel, and it's also an honor for
For
Cooper at
both.
the same time.
It just would be a
hey, I'm,
shame
I'm,
if
I'm
neither
gonna
one
say,
of them won it.
hey, I love you both, and I'm gonna say something to you that's kind of funny. Hey, soon as the Charlotte Hornets get a legit point guard, man, Knipple's gonna be great, bro.
Man, hey man, I sent you guys. A little tape, not a tape, or somebody commenting on your boy, how nice he
Well, Mel's
was.
an all-star.
Nah,
The
you know what?
Melo's nice,
I,
man.
I mess with. He's a good player, man.
Yeah,
I
Let's
mess with him. He's a
Craig,
good
let's just
player.
wait. Let's just wait for the playoffs, Craig. Let's just discuss that in the playoffs and see how he does.
well, it's not. There's nothing new. There's going to be no discovery. What he's going to do, he's going to be fantastic, and then he's going to do some things that we're going to be like, oh, Melo.
Yes,
We already
yeah.
know what he's going to do. But the
See,
but the positive parts are
yeah,
fantastic.
but as we talk about this and being realistic about it, and you know how it is. You know how hard it is. All right, you watch the Lakers when they were going through their thing, right? And then what did Isaiah have to do in order for the Detroit Pistons to come through? you had to learn how to lose before you learned how to win at the
True.
highest level, right?
Absolutely.
And so and then Michael the same way. So
Well, you know
you're
what? It's funny. Ironically, let me say this real quick. It's ironic that you said that because Isaiah learned the hard way throwing that ball away to Larry Bird. That
That's
hurt
true.
him
Yep.
more than he could ever imagine. He said
Yeah.
he didn't ever want to feel that again. So that changed him in an instant.
He'll never
I
forget
think
that play ever.
Paul's gonna have to go through that type of growth process as long as they can get there consistently and he can go through that process, then it will make him as good as he's capable of being. You know, and to win at a high level, you have to go through those things, man. And so I joke about him, but he has a lot of talent, man. You know it's gonna come like you know how possessions are when you're trying to win at the highest level, man. And he's gonna do something that you just go, oh man,
Yeah.
you know, and
Yeah.
he's gonna have to learn from it. He's
But
gonna have
at
to
the
learn.
same time, he's going to get you out of your seat because he's immensely talented. He's swashbuckling. I think that that team, Brandon Miller, the way he plays, he's hard to deal with. Miles Bridges is hard to do. They have an exciting team to watch, and they've got like I said, they got 3 youngsters that are contributing tremendously.
If
They're one.
they make the playoffs, I'm almost guaranteed when it's all said and done, win or lose, his star will shine even brighter than it is now. It
Yeah.
just becomes
Let
the
me ask you
stage.
this. They're one piece away. What is that piece that they need to go get?
Carlos
You know,
Boozer.
I said before
Boozer.
if they mess around and catch a booger. Now, Diabate Musa, he's tough.
It's cool.
He's more of he's slim. He's just not. He don't have the physicality. But like if they got an Isaiah Stewart, a booger
I
type
was just getting ready
player,
to say that, Flu. I was just getting ready to say that. It's
they
about 10
better
teams
not.
in the league. It's about 10 teams in the league. If Isaiah Stewart was with them, changes
Woo!
changes everything.
Man,
Changes it all.
Could you imagine
Wemby.
beef stew in San Antonio?
I said, if Wemby had him, it'd change
If it was
everything.
in San Antonio,
It'd change it all. It'd be over.
You know what? San Antonio is there now.
they are.
They're not a year away. They're there
No.
now.
No.
You know why? Because you know why, Craig? Because those young boys they absolutely lock up, man.
They do.
Defense shows up every night, and you
That's
got
why I could go to practice and watch what they're doing and walk out of there and say, I know that dude. That dude, I've known him since he was a kid, man. Because what he's doing every day, they buy. I kept saying they buy into what he's
man.
selling, bro.
they
Yeah.
play D, man.
I think they got some more lumps to take, in my opinion. I think
But
they're going to
guess
take a
who?
lump. I think they're going to take a lump.
Who
I
they gonna take?
think they take a lump this year. I do.
Can they get past the Pistons?
I'm telling you, it's gonna be tough because
I don't think they get there. I think they lose in the Western Conference, probably Western Conference Finals. You know, and I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if they win it all. But at the same time, I can see them getting knocked off as well.
Baby. Yeah.
What's up?
Well,
We can't wait to see that. We can't wait till the playoffs gets. You know,
let me tell you something.
If it's played the right way, there's not going to be a lot of this. They're not going up and down a lot. It's going to be half court set. Well,
I was going to
half
say
court sets. Wemby really takes over the half court set.
Yeah,
So
well,
it's going to be a
this
problem.
time of the year. Yeah, well, this time of year is deceptive because the season's winding down, and the way teams are playing now, they're not going to be playing that same style in these series, in these series, man.
We know that. You're not running around winning a championship shooting 53s. You're not doing that.
You might. Boston did.
Yeah, you know. And so now, you know, you have to beat an OKC to win a championship, and the way they won it wasn't that way. You know.
I said Detroit, but I meant to say OKC. I meant to say OKC. Can they get
defend? They defend.
OKC.
OKC defends.
Can they get past OKC? Both teams defend. Can San Antonio get past OKC?
That we're gonna see.
Can they get past
I think it's between them two.
Hold on. Hey, now, who else then can give a fight. Now, this is the funny thing. I called Ed the other day,
Yeah.
and I was watching the Lakers play against Denver, right?
Woo!
So me and Ed going back and forth, and and Charles Barkley's talking crazy on halftime, you know, and I was actually I liked the way that LA fought to win that game.
Yeah, they
I
did.
was impressed with LeBron being the age he was. I I have man, he's about winning, bro. When he dove on the floor for that loose
I told you
ball,
before. I
Ed was
told you.
telling me that.
I
Ed
told
was
you.
telling
yeah,
me that. I
It
missed
came out
that,
of
yeah.
nowhere. I was like, what the hell is he doing, man? He went and got it.
yeah.
I was like, okay, okay.
Oh, and so because he has that, they have a fighter's chance. The, the only thing that always comes down with the Lakers is they give up too many easy possessions
They
Yes,
do.
that
sir.
kill the
Yes,
game.
sir. Yes,
I
sir.
mean, you're in the NBA. There's never a time. Don't get me wrong. In high school, college, man, you forget this or that right here. You can't forget transition at the NBA level and give up
Yeah.
wide open lane.
Oh, they
Come
give up.
on,
They give
That's
up. I
that's
mean, they
that's
give up
that's that's
open
that
looks.
that's that pro mentality though, man. That's that pro
But
mentality.
sometimes I'll watch LA give up open looks
oh,
and half court sets. I mean, you
Oh
guys.
yeah. Yes.
yeah,
Yeah.
yes, and that's the hard thing. Now the other night was the first night I looked at uh Aiton, and I go, oh man, he did some good things against
In
Jokic.
in the
You know,
fourth
He
in
did.
the fourth
yeah,
in the
for
fourth quarter
now,
he did.
he was this is the funny thing. When he had that stop, he was so surprised. The ball bounced in front of him,
He could have
and he
grabbed
should
it.
have grabbed it. He was
Yeah.
so surprised that he had to stop. He forgot to grab the ball, and then Jokic comes back and scores the very next possession. I was like, oh
Yeah.
man, come
Well,
on,
Yeah.
man,
come on.
if he just if that kid just had a motor,
Yeah,
if he had a motor, the spirit what they say when the kid has a motor. If he had that type of connection to the game, if he was like we I was telling Ed the other day, I was like we were watching the game. I said he just doesn't mind you shooting in his face. He doesn't have that. I know he minds, but he doesn't respond as if it bothers him. You
Yeah.
don't see him going to get shots on the glass, or you don't feel that intimidation factor at all. You said, Craig,
yeah.
last couple weeks ago that he's the shortest, he's the smallest 6'11", 7-footer in the league.
That's the
There's
way he
there's there's some
plays.
there's some truth to that. There's some truth to that. It is.
You,
Yeah.
the hard thing is
But he
man,
comes through offensively in spots for you guys, Ed.
He
right?
does. Yeah, he
It's
does.
just I don't know if the Lakers can beat anybody of substance in a 7-game series. That's it, because you have too many of those possessions, and the other thing that still bothers me about watching the Lakers is this right here: Luca and LeBron bitch so much after possessions, they cost their team at the other end all the time. And I'm going, come on, man. You've
That
been in
that
the league for 20 years. You've been in the league for this right here. At what point don't you go, man, watching that on film and go, man, I just cost my team a possession because I'm sitting here bitching after a call. When does that matter to you? And I know it does, but it's such a habit, they almost can't break the habit. That's the problem,
I agree with
you know.
everything you guys said about the Lakers, but the reality is they've won 9 out of 10, right? They won 9 out of 10. And what I'm seeing, what I see, and I think the reason that they're winning, they are making a concerted effort to try to play a little better defense, right? They scramble a little bit. You can't.
Right?
It's hard to it's hard to
Collectively, they're
do.
scrambling, yeah.
Yeah, collectively they are. You can tell they're hard. They're trying to play defense, and I think that's from JJ and Nate and what's the name trying to make. If we're gonna win, we got to play some type of D. So they do. You can see them trying to play a little better. But I think the biggest thing is LeBron has made sure he's the third option. He's playing like a third option. He's not forcing things.
And that
He's not forcing it. He's playing
yeah,
athletic. When he gets a chance to break, he's breaking. He's trying to hit open shots.
yep,
He's trying to find people.
yep.
And if he's
And he's
doing that,
and he's not holding the ball. Yep,
he's not holding the
yep.
ball. He's allowing AR to do what he needs to do, which means that they're dangerous. They're very dangerous offensively.
We
See,
said that, man, a couple
they're
months ago when
dangerous.
when LeBron first got back in the fold because he was
Exactly.
playing
That's
like
exactly.
that because he hadn't found
Eh,
his rhythm yet.
yes,
Yeah. So
he's dangerous,
all
but
things. Yeah.
I just the defensive flaws, they're too big. I think it's gonna catch up with them later on down the road. I don't know when, but you know the mistakes you make throughout the year, they always catch you at the end of the year when you need it. See, so
Mhm.
I think they're capable of beating anybody, and that's from San Antonio all the way down. But in a 7-game series, I don't know. It's a huge problem. I don't see it.
It's hard. Yeah. That's what I was saying. They
I
can
don't see it.
win games.
But have you guys thought about this though? I I look at it a little bit differently. I look at it like if a team runs into the Lakers in the playoffs
Mhm.
and they catch a confident Lakers because you know when you think of Ruri and Laravia and
Smart.
Marcus Smart, those are talented. Those are talented
Yep.
contributors. And
Yep.
if you've got AR and Luka playing at a high level, and you're getting contributions from Aiton because offensively he's there for you guys, and I've seen him do things in critical moments offensively. But if all those things being said, and then you get a LeBron James who's saying, "Hey, you know, I'm playing for today. I ain't got to worry about the long season. I'm playing for today. I'm going to give you
Mhm.
everything I got." You may run into a buzzsaw messing around with the Lakers.
I
I'll
think
tell
so.
you this. I'll tell Hey, if the Lakers could win a championship this year, I would look at LeBron in a whole different manner, bro. Because that's telling you that not saying he's great. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying if he were to able to win a championship at this age, at this level, at the team that they got right here, I would look at it and be like, yeah, there's a whole yeah.
Luca is riding the bus, driving the bus, and LeBron is the person sitting behind the bus driver, keeping the kids together under control.
Yeah.
That's it.
But
That's
but
it.
but no doubt about it, Luca's driving that bus. That dude is
Absolutely.
whew,
Right,
special.
right. So
And
it's
see,
gonna be fun to watch. It's gonna be fun to watch.
AR is the guy that's getting up, running back and forth through the middle of the bus. If I'm somebody, if I'm an opposite team, if I'm the opposite team, when playoff time comes, I'm cutting AR out. I'm double teaming him. I'm getting the ball out of his hand. I'm making, you know, you're not gonna stop Luka. Don't even think about it. You're not stopping him, right? And he's so aggressive
He's the most
offensively.
valuable.
He's the most. But what I want to do is
He's
I
the,
want to turn LeBron into it. I want to force LeBron to turn into a jump shooter. I'm not letting him drive, but I am cutting AR totally out, cutting him out. You're gonna have to
Yeah.
earn every fucking
so
bucket.
so
I'm double teaming you when you get the ball.
Yeah. But the thing I think that I'm most impressed with, I've seen this team kind of figure out how all of this should work amongst each other. Who should be playing together, who should be coming in this area here. And I give not only LeBron, Luca, and AR that credit, I also give JJ Redick being who he is, being able to get them to understand this is who we need to be to win at the highest level. So, you
well,
know,
yeah.
you give all those guys
You
credit,
got to
but,
give the
but
coach the credit. They're peaking at the right time.
yep,
Yeah, they
definitely,
are.
Or
They are.
finding themselves, whatever you can call it, peaking, or they're finding themselves at the right time. You know, a
Mhm.
little differently. Well,
Did
fellas,
you
you
guys
know,
watch the game last night? How much time we got?
we don't. We're at 36 minutes.
We done?
man.
We done.
I was gonna say we were gonna talk about the Rockets, man. That's. I thought we was gonna
I know,
say
but
get a chance to talk about the Rockets.
I'm gonna.
Well, let's
we-
cool,
yeah,
though.
we need to talk about them and
Man.
KD and yeah, because
Man.
Spiders kept right now. KD is doing things that he's back to being KD again. I'm watching.
He's okay. It's funny you said that because he's back to being KD. He's never, to me, he's always been the same KD, and that's the guy who's been unstoppable, who's been a virtual scoring machine. But he's not necessarily the catalyst to put you over the top to a championship degree. That's what I believe. In a nutshell, real quickly, that's what I believe. He's great. He's a Hall of Famer. He's an all-time great, but he's not the guy that's going to take you over the top to win a championship. And this year with Houston, it's not even his fault because Houston does not have a conductor. And we talked about that.
A conductor.
Exactly.
And you know how hard that is. Yeah.
So how, as a general manager and managing, how could you do that? How could you go this entire year knowing Van Vliet was not going to be available to you, and you don't go out and get you don't pick up Chris Paul. Even if you don't like him, you don't pick up Chris Paul for the betterment of the team.
Because you're trying to be new age, and you think that just because a person can handle the ball, they can handle the team, and that is not true.
It is not true at all. All know that.
No,
everybody doesn't know that.
You can't. That excuse can't be used in the NBA. I'm sorry. Houston is disjointed. Houston's disjointed. They all over the place. They can't get their offense started. It looked terrible. They were turning the ball over yesterday. The thing about it is, like I said, if I'm a general manager and my management, if I knew Van Vliet was going to be out 2 or 3 months, I'd have been looking for a point guard immediately. And Dennis Schroeder is available every day, all day. You can get Dennis Schroeder tonight if you want to.
Man, if you had
everybody give up, and I don't know why, but they'll give up Dennis Schroeder.
He would help the Rockets.
Dennis Schroeder will run that team. Yes.
He would help the Rockets.
Yes.
We'll go. I'll go back to saying all the time. I'll go back to this saying. When you are trying to win at the highest level, win playoff games, win championships, in basketball, it comes down to 2 or 3 possessions. And you have to have that critical guy that understands who, when, why we do this. And it's not. And when you don't have that, it doesn't show up until you're in the playoffs and you're trying to win at a big level and you're trying to win a championship. It's that right there. So
I agree. Yeah. And that's what we're gonna have to stop tonight, fellas. We are out of time. Once again, we've come to the end. Ladies and gentlemen, if you've spent this time hanging with us, we appreciate you. If this is your first time watching, please like, please subscribe, please share, please tell a friend. These 3 fellas are back at it again. 3 dudes having the conversation, old school views, new school news. What say you, Ed? What say you, Ed?
Always, man. Mark Jackson. Somebody hire that brother, man. Always. I'm gonna say
somebody hire Mark Jackson. Craig, anything?
I'm gonna say amen.
All right. All right then.
Hey, next week, brother. Next week.
Same time.
Yes, sir.
Same back channel. Peace.